This portion of Lifestyles is sponsored by UVet.
I'm back at UVet with Dr. Jimmy Yu and his little sweetie pie. Tell us who your sweetie pie is.
Yeah, Dolly Sue, and she was actually diagnosed with diabetic ketoacidosis and pancreatitis at the same time. Of course, we try our best to save her, and right now she is really stabilized.
That is great to hear. Well, it's an important topic to talk about today, too, because, you know, people love their pets, and sometimes they let them get into things that they really shouldn't be eating. So we're talking about toxicity. What are your concerns when you see items like this?
Yeah. So we know, we just went through the holiday season, and sometimes we forgot things on the table, or sometimes it's, there for them to reach, and you never know. And so it's really, important to know what you should do, first. And most toxin, of course, we have seen, like, chocolate, candy, chewing gums, and sometimes it could be something in the garage, like a antifreeze in the windshield washer or the coolant. Those are also pretty easy for them to, to access.
And so what happens if this happens to your pet? What do we need to do immediately?
So usually first, sometimes they got it, you don't know. I mean, sometimes you see some wrapper, things like that around. So first you need to watch your pets, see if there's any signs. Especially most common is GI tract upset, and like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. That usually could come really fast. And the other thing, they may look kind of weak, some will be agitated if they got into alcohol stuff, or some they get, actually kind of collapse or coma. Or if they got chocolate, you probably will notice also with some muscle treatment and sometimes even seizure. And so if you notice any sign of that, first, you could call, if during business hour, call your vet office first, and the staff will help you out. If it's like a, off business hour, then there are two options for you. One is an emergency clinic nearby. The other will be the pet poison help line that is available. And you could go to their website, petpoisonhelpline.com, and to get information you need.
That is a wonderful service, because if you're panicked about this time, if you're the owner and you see your pet behaving in this way, you're really scared to death and you're not sure what to do, and these people will walk you through the steps if they can't get in touch with you. Yeah. All right, so help us be mindful about putting these things out of reach. I mean, it's a problem with children and it's a problem with pets.
Yeah, and so out of reach, out of danger, of course, and so, in that, that will save you money in the long run. And the other thing, this 2 bottle I put in here, actually this is hydrogen peroxide, it's over the counter. It's sometimes, if they ingest a chocolate or things, and you could induce vomiting pretty easily and help them out before you absorb. Usually you could do that within like a first 30 minutes to an hour. But if it's, you notice they ingest like a strong acid or alkaline, don't do that. This won't help them out. And the other thing really important is, if you suspect, poison in your pet's body, please don't give any liquid. That won't help at all, because it's going to push it down to the system quicker. Oh. But hydrogen peroxide will do, most of the job for you.
That's interesting. I would have never guessed that. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you're better too. We'll be back with more Lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.
This portion of Lifestyles is sponsored by UVet.